generator friend, and welcome to your year ahead spread for 2025. I am so excited to share this spread with you. I love the year ahead spread. I always do one for myself in my birth month for the year ahead, which is in May. So I'm just over kind of halfway. And I always take a look at, so I do the reading and I write it down and I channel my, the messages, and then at the beginning of each month I go and I take a look at what is coming, and then at the end of the month I take a look and reflect back on what happened. And that's actually how we find out where we are, right? We look to the back, we look to the forward, we look back, we look forward, and there we are right there in the middle. And in January, so I just looked, and in January 2025 my card is the Death card, which I could not be more ready for. I definitely feel like I'm shedding a skin. I'm ready for transformation. I am ready for expansion, body, mind, and spirit, and business. So here we are. Great. Okay, so I have already meditated on the cards, asked for our highest and best, and done a super shuffle. So let's call in spirit and get going with your reading for 2025. Okay, so let's get started with January. In January, we have the Four of Pentacles. All right, and this makes perfect sense for January, especially if you have overspent over the holiday season. And regardless of your cultural beliefs, there was lots to celebrate in December, particularly, there's Boxing Day sales, there's, all sorts of things, Boxing Week sales. And there's a lot of stability here with the Four of Pentacles, right? We've got stability, but there's also it's time to save some money, essentially, okay? So I, along with many of my friends, are doing something called No Spend January, and this is a confirmation that maybe you shouldn't do. So it's one of those things. I just learned about No Spend January. I've never done it before, and it's basically you don't buy anything extra. You buy food and you put gas in your car and blah, 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 but you don't go you don't go out for dinner, and you don't, these little extras that we spend money on. For me, I've discovered that one of my biggest weaknesses is the clearance rack, right? I go straight to it and I'm like, it's such a great deal. And I'm not even in the store for that reason, right? So this is very much let's start to, it's even like a bit miserly, okay? But it's comfortable, right? But it's basically hold on to your money. Okay, so, and I think that's actually pretty sage advice for everybody. That would be a great card for the collective in January. All right, next up, we've got February coming through. Okay, February, well, okay. That might lead to some real good for some of you. Now, this could be a lot of things. I love this card because it's a really, it's like a holistic wealth card, right? It's a holistic wealth card, and not just with our finances, our possessions, that kind of thing. It's also our wealth of our family, love, legacy. There's just so much. This is one of the most secure cards in the deck. So in February, some of you are going to be feeling very secure, very strong, very connected to your family. Now, another thing that could happen for some of you is that you may receive an inheritance. And inheritance is this blessing that comes with a cost, right? Unless your inheritance came from a Nigerian prince or from, maybe a relative you never met. Typically, inheritances are also kind of wrapped in grief paper, right? And so, I've never said that before, and I'm going to write it down for later, because it is, anyways, you get what I mean. Okay, so, but but look at this again, just holistic, okay? So the word that's very coming through for me right now is it's a very holistic kind of happiness, security. Yes. So feeling really, really good, but some of you also might be thinking how is this too good to be true? Okay. So if that's you, just take a look at that, spend some time with that. I think trust is really important, but of course in life, some things are too good to be true. So, just something to watch out for perhaps in February. Okay. Next, we have March. Oh, geez, almost dropped the whole deck. Okay, March. Well, then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so something's going to change, and the Wheel of Fortune is actually primarily about the inevitability of change. What goes up must come down. The wheel never stops, right? Just like we always keep going forward, right? We're always going forward regardless of what we think, right? Like tomorrow is going to come. And so it's, everything is always moving forward. And so it's going around and around. And again, so if you're on top right now, this is a reminder that they will also go down. If you're on the bottom right now, that is also, I'm watching RuPaul's Global, what is it? Global Race or something, Global All Stars. And nothing is more true than on those kind of shows where like one time you're like totally on the top and then you're down on the bottom next. So it's just a reminder in March for you to accept the inevitability of change, because of course it is the only constant, right? So some changes coming for you in March. And you know, like whether they're on the lighter side or the denser side, because change, of course, like some people really resist it, right? Like, for example, my partner doesn't change until he hits rock bottom, pretty much. And so that's hard because I'm not like that at all, but you know, yin yang. And but whereas I embrace change, right? So I'd say it's the Wheel of Fortune is more about embracing change rather than resisting it. So there we go. I got a little taste there. Okay, we're in April now. Okay, the Ace of Wands. All right, so change leads to new opportunities and inspiration. This is like a magic wand. You are basically like the hand of the universe, okay, of spirit is basically handing you some inspiration to start something new. So guess what? You needed to make space, okay? So one of the things that we can do is to create change is to make space for new things. And as a generator, you need to do that, right? As a generator, like, remember, you're so capable and people really, really rely on you as a generator, okay? But that doesn't mean that you have to do everything for everybody else. So here we go. So we're going to have a change, so which is going to make some space, okay? So we need to make some energetic space or physical space or whatever it is for something new to come in that you should say yes to. This is a wonderful opportunity, okay? So there's something, a new, inspiration. There are going to be something. You're going to be inspired to do something different, but that only comes after we change. So perfect. I love the flow of this for you. It's fantastic. Okay. Now we're going to May, my birth month. May is always crazy busy for me with lots of celebrations and stuff. I was surprised the manifestors did not get the 3 of Cups, but I got something else that was very suitable. So anyways, but also, there we go. Okay, so we're in May. Generator. Woo! I can't make this stuff up. We have the Fool. Okay, so check this out. In March, there's some change. In April, you get a new idea. And then in May, you start a new journey, okay? It's not an idea, you get a new inspiration, okay? And then you start a new journey. And with the Fool, I love the Fool because it's like, you're gonna need to feel uncomfortable here, right? Whenever we start a new cycle with something, there's a lot of like noob energy to it, right? I have I have teenage kids. So so it's like a duh, right? Like, and it's uncomfortable, right? But you're definitely like, it's like, this card confirms that you need to take that leap of faith. It's go time, right? Like, you can get inspiration and then not do anything about it. But the Fool says, y'all are going to do it. Okay. So take that first step, even if it's a baby step. Know that you have your faithful companion by your side. It doesn't have to be a dog, but it can be your higher self, right? Like, your higher self is always with you. Maybe your spirit guides are always with you. However you feel like you're like, I'm like, for me, this is higher self, right? Like, it's like, we're going together. This is my human self. This is my higher self. I also love dogs. We got a dog like 6 weeks ago. And yesterday when I was doing readings, she was just beside me. It was so cute. She was so tired because I took her for a walk. But know that you have everything with you and you don't need a lot, okay? You don't need a lot of stuff when you're just getting started. When I started this YouTube channel, I had like all you saw was my hands because I was so nervous. And now look at me. Okay. So new journey starting in May. Fantastic. All right. June. June. Okay, we have the Knight of Swords. So now we've started this new journey generator, and we're starting to maybe be a bit impatient at how slowly it's going. Okay, so the Knight of Swords is like, look at him. He's like that. He's like charging towards. It's very impulsive, right? So you might be feeling this kind of, and some of you will be feeling this kind of energy in June. It could be about the things that, this journey that you're on. It could be about something else. No, it's time to kind of like pull back. Like this horse is going full speed. He's charging ahead. Is he really paying attention to the details? No. So let's slow it down, right? Now, also another thing that could happen here for some of you is that you may receive a message very quickly. Okay, so that's a possibility, is that there's a message that comes through really quickly, and then you get to decide how you move forward with that. Okay. All right. So, but impatience, impulsive. Okay. Please, let's pull back on the reins a little bit, perhaps, but you'll know what to do, right? So there we go. All right, now we're moving through summertime in July. Summertime. Okay, I work in the school system, so, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, nope. Okay, there we are. The Kings, like this is my 5th reading for the Your Heart Spreads, and the Kings have been so prominent. And here we are again. We have the King of Cups in July. Love the King of Cups, man. He has been through it. All right. He has been through it, and he knows that wisdom comes from experience, and emotional stability comes from being resilient. Okay. So King of Cups has a very resilient energy to it. So you're going to need some resilience, right? But he has that, because he's wise, he's got this, he's emotionally mature. Okay. So it's possible that there is an emotionally mature, if you're starting to date, if you're single and you meet somebody and you meet the King of Cups, hey, emotionally available partner. Okay, this person is very emotionally available and they're stable. Look, so we've got all these kind of like there's all sorts of things happening in the back. He's on his like slab and he's just like chilling. He's Dude Chillin', which is actually the name of a park in Vancouver. Isn't that hilarious? It's called Dude Chillin' Park. I laughed when I saw that. Okay, anyways, but this is so either you need to embody or work towards the energy of the King of Cups and that emotional maturity, that emotional of it. You may need to be emotionally available for somebody, or somebody may need to be emotionally available for you. I don't know. That will be up to you. But this is a beautiful energy, very wise. It's also could be to take control of your emotions. If you don't listen and do a bunch of stuff very impulsively, you may need to revert back and take a look and go, how can I embody more the King of Cups energy? All right, August. All right, we are halfway through. August. Ooh, okay. We have the 8 of Cups. I love this card a lot. And there is a departure that will happen. Now, it could be someone from your life. It could be you leaving a job. It could be somebody in your life departing. Okay, but here's the thing. So it's not as simple as that. So notice how all of the cups are full. Okay. And this person is turning their back on something that seems good. When the cups are full, that's usually something that's good. When they're knocked over, it's not good, right? So they're leaving behind something that seems good, but actually isn't. And the way we know that is because of the moon. Okay, so whenever the moon comes up, there's always something in your subconscious that is it's not revealed. It's in your subconscious, but there's like a knowingness to this card. This knowing, like the red is good. Like they're wearing the red robe. It's like they're in charge and they're leaving. So they're in charge and they're they're leaving, even though something seems good on the surface, it's actually not. Okay, so that's so there we go. So this is August. So something, yeah, and it will come to light, right? It will come to light. You will know, but you'll know it might not. It's like, you know how like somebody's great on paper and then they're not great in real life, and vice versa. Okay. Sometimes people are not great on paper and then they are great. Yeah, anyways. And so this is that, like that kind of thing. Okay. So, but know that you're doing this for your highest and best. Okay. You're leaving something behind for your highest and best in August. Okay. September. September, we have a new partnership. We have the Two of Cups. Now, this partnership can be business, it can be romantic, but this is basically the start of something. Okay, so whatever you left, made space for something really sweet and really genuine and really authentic, and like this is like an equal partnership. Okay, so it's created that space. That's a real big theme for you, generator, is letting go and leaving things and purging and getting rid of stuff, right? Like this is all of January for me. And again, I'm not a generator, but like all of January for me is going to be about getting rid of crap in my house that I honestly don't use and honestly don't want. And some of it I'll give away and some of I will, you know, whatever, but I'm creating space because everything, it's too crowded. Everything and I don't like, I purge pretty regularly, but we're about to do a big one in my house in January. Anywho, that's not what this card is about, but basically a new partnership. It's really nice. It's sweet. It's emotionally satisfying, but it's young. It's new. Okay. But also it could be business too, but this is a good business one where there's an equal partnership. Okay. August. All right. Is that right? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Nope. That was September. Okay. Good thing I counted. Otherwise you would have got 2 Septembers. Probably wouldn't have been bad. Okay. Here we go. October. This is of the 3rd out of 5 readings where this card has come up for October. And it's just another confirmation that October is going to be a time this year. October 2025, this is going to be really beautiful. Now, it is also in the Northern Hemisphere when things start to get kind of dark, right? And so this is a reminder that the light is within us, or also we just need to supplement with other light. If there may be a baby that comes into your world in a birth of something, right? Into your world in October. But no, again, we have the sunflowers here. Oh, we don't have that. That's a different reading. But just remember that the sunflowers always turn their heads to the light. And so in October, everybody, like, I wouldn't be surprised if this came up in the general reading in October, right? Everything, we are to turn towards the light. That's our reminder in October, right? And it's joy. This is the most positive card in the deck, right? Like October is going to be a banger for a lot of us. Okay. All right. I think that was true for the manifestors. Okay. Oh, that goes here. Does it? Yeah. That was October. Oh, no, that's going to go here. I like things to look nice on my screen here. So what I'll do afterwards, I think I said this, but I'll take a little shot of what I'm doing on the bottom so that you can see, like, and then maybe take like a screenshot or whatever. Okay. Now we're into November. Sun. October is going to be good. Seriously, 3 out of 5. That's pretty, the odds on that have to be like 1 in a million. I don't know. If it was not, Okay. Okay. And then in November, we have the 5 of Wands. This card just fascinates me. Okay. So it's about, there's some challenges, right? There'll be some challenges. They're not big ones though, right? Like this is things like look at these guys, right? Like they're like teenagers hitting each other with sticks. They're not stabbing each other like the swords, like they're just like yeah, so there's some action happening here. There's some, and there's some challenges, but they're kind of petty, right? So in November, there may be, for some of you, there may be some like office gossip, or maybe there's like a petty argument with your partner or your kids, or, just something like that, right? Like, so it's just something to be aware of. We all have conflict. And actually, I think conflict is good when it leads to better results, right? Like, when we have big discussions with our partners that are really, really hard, but then we come out stronger on the other side, right? Or, and like I give example after example, but basically it's like this, you can try to avoid it, but actually engage so that you, in a responsible and mature way, where you do more listening than talking. That's one of my goals. One of my priorities this year is to do more listening than talking. Also to not be the smartest nor most interesting person in the room. Anyways, I got a whole list. I did a really cool, manifestation kind of like, what do I want this year? But maybe I'll do a little thing about it. I don't know. But I just got it from YouTube. It was like, who do you want to become, essentially, rather than what do you want to do, right? Anyway, so just be on the lookout for this in November, and then limit your engagement with it. But also know that through conflict, no good really comes out of gossip, yeah. If the situation is office gossip, just don't engage, right? Like it's so low vibe, right? Like, I don't know. I am in a low vibe situation, and like I'm a light worker, so I am able to like shift energy in rooms for the most part. And if I can't do it, I just leave. I'm like, I'm not staying here. Like, no, no, thank you. Okay. I think we're in December, and then we have one more to go. Okay. All right, December. Woo! Okay. So you have the Three of Swords. This is the first time this is coming up in my readings for the year ahead spread. Some people are so afraid of this card because, it's pretty dreary. The images are pretty dreary, but I once got this card as my year ahead spread overarching theme. And I was like, oh my God, right? Like, I'm like, so, because the reading was really positive, and then the overarching theme is pain, is heartbreak. Could be those things, okay? So there might be some heartbreak in December for some of you, and there might be some pain. December for a lot of people really sucks. So this is a confirmation that like you need to recognize that and go, okay, what can I do for self-care? I listened to something the other day. I've been listening to so many different YouTubers right now that I can't even quote where things came from. But basically the message was, self-care is about being self-aware. Okay, so how can you know how to care for yourself if you don't know what you need? So self-awareness is actually the first step towards self-care. Now, I love this card because it is more, to me, about lessons learned. Okay, so we all go through painful experiences. I have had incredible, okay, so some people would call them failures, and initially I did, but then now I call them lessons learned, right? Because they're not failures if we learn and we transform because of them, or we shift what we want to, or, anyways, as long as we shift and learn. So there will be some lessons learned also for some of you here in December of 2021. But know that they're all up here, okay? So our swords are our thoughts, and they're also communication, our mental health, okay? So nurturing, okay? Put good things into your brain, healthy things, okay? In December, that would be a very wise move. Okay, and last but not least, we have our overarching theme for the year. And generator, my dear, beautiful generator. Okay. Six of Swords, okay? Moving on to something better. Spirit never lets us down, right? Like this is so fitting for your reading. Okay, so we've got these people, so they're leaving something behind that wasn't serving them. Now we've got we've got a smaller child, we've got an adult figure here all covered up. They are being protected by the swords. So know that as you go through these changes and departures and partnerships and all these things that are happening that, this year, okay, for you. Remember, life doesn't happen to you. It happens for you. So you are protected. And also, some people read this as all of these are the same person. These people aren't being saved. This is three aspects of the same person: inner child, savior, and person to be saved. Okay, so you can look at it that way, but look at how calm the shores are. Okay, I love this. This is one of my favorite cards in the swords. And so I love this for your overall reading. All right, now I'm going to do a little fancy schmancy editing, and I will see you. I'm going to do a short little video clip of all of the cards so you can take a look. All right, my generator friends, here is your quickie year ahead spread for 2025. In January, we have the Four of Pentacles. In February, we have the 10 of Pentacles. In March, we have the Wheel of Fortune. In April, we have the Ace of Wands. In May, we have the Fool. In June, we have the Knight of Swords. In July, King of Cups. In August, Eight of Cups. In September, Two of Cups. You have a decent amount of cups. Yeah. Oh, and Pentacles. No, it's actually pretty, yeah. Anyways, in October, the Sun. In November, the Five of Wands. In December, the Three of Swords. And your overarching theme for the year is the Six of Swords. Now, if you would like a personalized year ahead spread, please reach out to me via my website, which is down below. Right now, I am offering a $20 off. So usually it is $75 Canadian. And until the end of January, it will be $55 Canadian. So please hit me up if you want something a little, well, definitely more personalized. All right, I'll see you next time.